Welcome to Wine Gifts for You Wine TV. Today we're going to make 12 cupcakes. In order to make the cupcakes, what you need is 150 ml of plain yogurt. You also need 175 grams of melted unsalted butter, as well as 3 eggs which have been beaten up. They need to be large eggs as well. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and for the dry ingredients you need 140 grams of sieved self-raising flour, as well as 175 grams of caster sugar and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which we've got in the plate down here. In here I've got 100 grams of a mixture of 75 grams of ground almonds and 25 grams of unsieved self-raising flour. So these ingredients here are going to make the cupcakes, and to make the buttercream that we're going to use, we also need 250 grams of icing sugar, 150 grams of chopped up butter, it needs to be unsalted, as well as 2 tablespoons of water and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. In order to get some colour, you can also use food colouring, and today I'm going to use blue, but you can use any colour food colouring. So, to get started, first of all take the yogurt and mix in the eggs. Okay, so if you whisk those two together, it shouldn't take too long, until you get kind of like a pale yellow smooth consistency. Okay, almost getting there. Into there you also need to add your 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. One level teaspoon should be fine, otherwise it'll taste too much of vanilla. Then just whisk that up again. Okay, now you need to take your dry ingredients and put them into a large mixing bowl. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in. So here we've got the sieved self-raising flour, the almond and self-raising flour mixture. We've also got the 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 175 grams of the caster sugar. Then you need to take a large metal spoon and just mix that together a little bit. Okay, once you've done that, you just need to put in the yogurt mixture and the melted butter. I find it's easier if you mix them both in together and then mix the whole mixture. So just fold the mixture together, which might take 3 or 4 minutes. So once you've mixed the mixture for about 3 or 4 minutes, it'll look something like this, really nice smooth consistency, like this. And you just need to fold it so that you're getting some air inside it, so it'll rise when you put it in the oven. But you don't want to do it too much. Okay, just do it for 30 more seconds. And the technique to doing this is you just move the spoon around the mixture, bring it into the middle, and then just repeat that action. That way that you're getting the air into it. Alright, that looks about ready. So what I did earlier was prepare the cupcake cases, and I've got a 12-hole muffin tin and these are muffin cases actually, and they've got 5 cm diameter base and a 7 cm diameter top. So I prepared that first, and I also preheated the oven 170 degrees centigrade if you have a fan assisted oven, and 190 degrees C if there is no fan. Right, you need to take a tablespoon, and start filling the cases. Now you need to fill them so they're about 3/4 full. Don't do them all the way to the top, else when they rise they'll overflow. They won't look very good. So if you put in half first into all the cupcake cases, and then come back around to fill the rest of it up to make sure you've got enough mixture. Although this mixture will comfortably make 12. So once you've filled the cupcake cases, as I said, they should be about 3/4 full, and so you can see what they hopefully look like. So yeah, let's go and put it in the oven. These go in the middle tray for 19 minutes at 170 degrees. So now we're going on to make the buttercream, and so we're going to take the icing sugar, put it into a large mixing bowl, a very large mixing bowl, as well as the chopped up butter. And in there we're going to put in half a teaspoon of the vanilla extract. Now just be careful when you're mixing this up, because it does tend to go everywhere. Before you start mixing it up, you want to put in about 2 tablespoons of water, just to help bind it a little bit easier. What I'm doing is I'm mixing it on a medium speed, so it shouldn't take too long, but you do need to get like a creamy texture, so it could take 2 or 3 minutes. Alright, so you really want a nice creamy texture, a really creamy consistency, and maybe for the last 10 to 15 seconds, if you take it up to maximum speed, then you'll get this really nice consistency. So the final bit for the buttercream is the food colouring. So obviously whatever colour you've chosen, that's fine. Start off with probably putting about 1 teaspoon in, and then you probably want to mix it with a bigger spoon. You want to mix it up so that all the food colouring is mixed in really well, so you've got no white bits left. Next thing to do is to take the piping bag, putting the seam on the inside and ensuring that the nozzle is all the way in, so there's no gap at the top. So you want to try and put the mixture in as far down as you can, so that you don't get kind of yourself covered with the colouring. You can use your hands to help. So after about 20 minutes or so, they should look golden brown. If they don't, then just leave them in for another couple of minutes at a time, depending on your cooker. So we're just going to turn it off and take them out. And they should be golden brown. Now you can either leave them in the muffin tray to cool down, or you can take them out and put them onto a surface, if you can handle them. So now that we've waited for the cupcakes to cool down, we can now ice them with the buttercream. What I've done is I've pushed the buttercream all the way to the top, so we can take the buttercream out. What you're going to do is we're going to do swirls. We're going to start around the outside, coming into the middle, and then finish actually in the middle. So starting on one side, pushing on the edge, the bottom of the piping bag. When they meet, bring it a little bit closer to the centre. Same again. And there we go, it's one cupcake done. So you just want to do the rest of them and then they're ready to eat. So these cupcakes are real nice by themselves with tea, but you can also have them with sweet wines such as Gewürztraminer or Vietto, which you can get as a sweet wine, as well as sweet Riesling.